So this isn't the video I wanted to record today, but I had to react to all the comments and all the chatter on social media about the latest Google product review algorithm update. So I'm going to give you my opinions and I'm going to tell you what I'm doing about it. So let's get into this. Hi and welcome back to my channel again. So over the weekend I've been listening and watching and observing all the comments and the chatter around the latest Google product algorithm update. Now hopefully you have not been affected by this. It was launched and rolled out a few days ago and it's around a 2-week rollout period. So we're only a few days into it, so whether you are positively or negatively affected by it may not actually happen for another few days yet. So I want to talk today about what I've seen and the reactions and the comments from some people I've heard. Now this all comes from a chat I had with a friend of mine, a good friend who's purchased one of my websites in the past, and we were talking about Google's algorithm updates over the past year and this product review update and what it actually means and what we think Google are actually doing. Now I have two opinions on this. Number one, Google is targeting really poor articles like the one you can see on the screen now. This is a product review apparently about plastic rabbit hutches, but when you have a look at it, it's just made up of a lot of wooden rabbit hutch products in like a listicle type product review. Basically somebody just grabbed all the products they could regarding rabbit hutches and just put them in a long post. Now this serves no purpose whatsoever if you are searching for plastic rabbit hutches, because pretty much the majority of them on here are wooden and there's no information whatsoever. So I could totally understand why Google would start to target this type of article. Now we've all got poor articles on our websites. I hold my hands up, I have them too, we all have. But we all need to do our best to produce the best product reviews we can. So in a second I'm going to talk about what I'm actually doing to try and counteract this and see if I can have some positive effects from this latest update. But point number two I also wanted to make from the conversation I had with my friend, it really opened my eyes to actually what Google has been doing, particularly this past year. Now, I do not believe everything Google announces. I'm not one of these that lives and dies by what Google says, because after all, Google is a business and they want the best for their business and their users. So in my opinion, they're trying to get people to do a lot of the work they should have been doing with a little bit of scaremongery. Now what I mean by that is, if you think back now over these past 6 months, when Google first announced that they were going to do their latest Core Web Vitals update and how everybody should really focus on speed, site performance and user experience, what has everybody done over the past 6 months? Well, nearly everybody has ripped their websites apart, stripped out all the unused plugins, put fresher, quicker themes on there, and really either spent a lot of time or a lot of money improving the user experience and the speed and performance of their website. So without even releasing the core update that Google has announced, they've already achieved an absolute ton, because thousands and thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of websites have suddenly really focused on site speed and performance and really improved their websites for their users. Now that is a great thing, and everybody should always be trying to improve their websites for speed, performance and user experience. I totally get that. And there's no doubting in my mind that this rollout that they do, the big one that's due in May, will be related to speed and performance. But I think it's the same with this product review, and they've done it before in the past, not maybe recently, but they have done some real scaremongery tactics to actually get people to do what they want them to do. And after all, when Google says something, 99% of bloggers and website owners actually react to it. So this latest product review one has made people really panic and kind of run for the hills, run back to their websites and start stripping their websites of these product reviews. I've even seen people literally take off product reviews that were, number one, getting traffic and doing well in the SERPs, and number two, making money. But they're fearful that Google will see product reviews on their site and that it will penalise them or de-rank them, or do something very negatively to their website. Now that to me screams of scaremongery. It really does. And it's something that I wanted to talk about because number one, I want to tell you what I'm doing about it, and number two, I'm going to tell you what I think is the future for product reviews? So number one, what am I doing about it? Well, absolutely nothing, because I'm going to wait till the rollout is completed. Many people are already hitting their websites and changing things and ripping things out and cutting down articles and deleting articles, and you shouldn't. You shouldn't have that knee-jerk reaction to what instantly Google says. We need to wait and think this through and actually see what articles on your site have been affected. Was it one of them? Was it none of them? Was it all of them? Then you can read the data and react in a reasonable manner, rather than scaremongering, jumping on your site and doing things that may actually negatively affect your website when you didn't really need to do it. So I'm going to sit back and wait and see what happens until the rollout was finished. So at the time of filming this, I think we've got about another 6 or 7 days left to go. So I'm going to see what happens at the end of that period. Touch wood, so far I've not had any product reviews or any loss in traffic. Now I understand why people get a little bit panicky when Google announces this, because we've seen Google before announce these updates and without warning your site absolutely gets tanked and loses a ton of traffic. And it's heartbreaking when that happens, and it's happened to me. I have seen 1 or 2 comments in Facebook this morning that says they've lost 60-70% of traffic. You know, it's terrible. That is absolutely horrendous. However, if your website was made completely of really rubbish, garbage product reviews, then that's kind of to be expected. However, what I don't like is when you've got actually produced some really decent quality content and Google still hits you with either a penalty or, you know, a deranking or dropping in the SERP index, which is what usually happens. They don't usually hit you with a penalty, they usually just derank your content. So when that happens, it is soul destroying. And I get that because it has happened to me. The next thing I'm going to do is look at how I do my product reviews in the future. Now Google has released some guidelines, what they expect to see from a product review, things like original images, long form content, user data from products, so basically how you found that product, the pros and the cons of it, etc. They have provided us with a wealth of information to improve our product reviews. But I personally think we need to actually really think outside the box now and look at how we do product reviews going forward. So I jumped on the internet and I started to look for some really good quality product reviews, some that are really outside the box and do things a little bit differently. And I found Backfire, which is a website made by Income School. And I looked at some of these articles that they have on there. It's mainly a website to back up their YouTube channel, but there is a few articles on there and a couple of them were product focused. And I love the way they have done these. I think this is how we will have to go in the future. Very data-driven, target-focused product reviews. No longer do they have a 500-word intro or fluffy content. It is basically, here's the product, we've reviewed it for this, we've compared it to that, here's the data, here's the statistics, and if you want to see an actual full in-depth review of it, here's the video to this product. Now I know what everybody will instantly say to me saying that I can't afford to buy the product, I can't afford to review it. But I've actually looked at a few products myself and found a way of actually getting my hands on them. Number one, can you buy the product? If it's reasonable and affordable, can you buy it? Let's say you buy a $100 product to review. You could review it, you could make a video of it, and then you could sell it as new, second hand, and maybe get $60, $70 back for it. Therefore, it's cost you $30 or $40 to actually make that product review, which could, over the years, generate you hundreds of dollars. Now, if it's more expensive items, I looked at hiring and rental of these products. So I looked at things like, you know, jet washes and carpet cleaners, and you can actually hire and rent them for $20 or $30, kind of £25, £30, something like that. And you can actually rent them for the day. You can then make your video, you can do your product review on them, and then you hand them back to the hire company the next day. And the third method is just borrowing them. Reach out to people, ask people if anybody's got one. Does anybody own this particular jet wash or carpet shampooer? And can you actually borrow it from them for a day or two to make some videos and write some content about? So buying, renting and borrowing. There is 3 ways you can get your hands on these products and create some really good, unique product reviews. But I thought with everybody talking about this topic, it was one to actually reach out and give you my opinions and my thoughts. Like I say, please do remember these are my opinions. It's just what I do with my business. And if you find any inspiration or little golden nuggets of information in there, then fantastic. And if you have liked the video, please subscribe to the channel if you're new. And if you are already a subscriber, consider hitting the thumbs up button. It really does help me out. So remember, 2 things, no knee-jerk reactions. Sit, let's wait this out and let's assess the data. Let's review our Google Analytics, our search consoles, and find out if we have been hit, and if we have, where and why. And secondly, let's look at how we do product reviews in the future. So hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in the next one.